Welcome in anyone that's here still. We're just about ready to get started for today. Let's see here. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, to get back to where we were leaving off last time, we got a lot of the canyon area pretty far along. Need to first probably fix these two tall plants. The peonies and the lilacs, they're all only half of a plant right now, so we're probably going to start with that. So I believe we can just set an ore here. And I think we can just go like this. We'll just use a filter to make sure we're selecting the correct ones. And the other ones are peonies. And then I think we have to set these to bottom. Lower half. And then we can go up to, what is it, the painter here. Or maybe we want the noise. Let's do the noise. Because then we can do both at the same time. That'll just save us going over the area one more time. Oops, I didn't mean to subtract it. That's what I was looking for. So you have to actually right click on the picture to choose which part you want to add. And then we should be able to just increase this. And let's see. So it looks like it's painting over all of them. Oh, it's replacing them, actually. We want to change this a little bit. So we need to shift this. Because we need to only paint the air that is above them. So it has to be air, and below them needs to be this. So that these need to be changed out. But that's easy enough. Lilac, bottom half. And peony, lower half. Now we're targeting the air block above them, and it stacks them too tall. That's what we're looking for. So with the mask set up, we can now probably actually increase the size here. And just make sure we paint over all of them. That way we just don't have half of a block all over the place. And then after this, we're probably going to, look at a couple different color options. I'm still not sold on the color of the cliffs here, so I might revisit those and see if there's something else we think looks better. Also, I have a patch of water over here for some reason. Let's fix that real quick. And we should be able to just go in here and drain. Oh, my filter is applied, so it's only picking the flowers. That do make sense. Now we have the whole area and we should be able to drain. There we go. And we'll just clear that. The grass will grow in there. That'll be fine. We apply our mask back. Go back to the noise painter. And we can finish painting over the flowers. Had a few behind us there. Let's try and make sure I didn't miss any. I grabbed a lot of these when I was going around the outside. And I think that's looking pretty decent. Yeah, so I think the more I look at the cliffs, the more I'm wanting them to look a little bit different. So what we're going to do is try to select this whole one here. This might be a little tedious, but I think I can just probably add all of the blocks included in that to a mask over here. So let's just clear this, set an ore, and we can just add some blocks. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 in there. Thanks for the follow, Tired. So, actually, did it save my palette? Currently on this world, this is just creative planning. I would enjoy playing on a multiplayer server, though, so that's something I would consider. I did not want to do that. There we go. This should be remove. Are you looking for a multiplayer server to play on? And we're missing sand. Sand, white terracotta. We're missing acacia wood. That's the other one. That is regular sand, right? Yeah, okay. And did I have bone blocks in here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So now, I believe I can just do this. It makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, that's regular terracotta. Hi, Zip. How's it going? Sand and acacia wood, any access. That's good to hear. Welcome. Let's try. We're gonna try magic select. I think Since it's restricted to those, see, it won't pick up grass. That's what we wanted. So now I should be able to grab this whole cliff here. Might still be a little tedious, but we'll see. Will it continue adding to the selection? It looks like it. I wonder, actually, if I add all of these in here, does it? No, it doesn't work the same. Okay. That's okay. We're getting there. Just would have saved a couple clicks. Have any of you ever used Axiom before? Let's see. Where are we missing? Missing over here. Hi, Marissa. Thanks for joining in. Hi, Nia. Good, how have you been? Just make sure we have all of this clicked. This was a lot easier before when the whole thing was all just white terracotta. All right, I think that's probably most of it. Let's actually start by painting it all back to white. I think that is probably the best bet, because then I can make sure we have everything selected. Which it doesn't look like we do. I'm glad to hear that. I hope so. This is on PC. What do you play on? Do you play on PC as well? You know what? What if I have a mask and I box select? Does it still count as a mask? Rotate back around here. That's too far. Yeah, it's good to know that it's not coming through super bad. So I do appreciate that. Let's do this now. That's awesome. I've never really tried to play Minecraft on a console or with a controller. That I feel like that would be really challenging. There's a lot of menus and stuff to go through. Missing a little bit down here. Can I add this in? Certainly looks like it. Okay, so box selecting is way easier than clicking all the different things. Now let's see. Now we can get a solid color back. That's better. You're just used to it. So like moving blocks around your hotbar or like navigating the crafting menu and all that stuff, it doesn't feel tedious to you. I feel like it would be a lot of clicks. Like you'd have to move a lot of times to do something that should be pretty easy with a mouse. Let's see. Now I want to go through... What was I using last time? I think it was in here. I think we were trying to make auto shade work. We were using custom palette. I play some other games. Lately, mostly Minecraft. I used to play a lot of MMOs. Used to play a lot of MOBAs. I still occasionally play both of those, but I'm more of a survival gamer. I like to build things. No, I actually do not like shooting games. The two types of games I am dreadfully bad at are shooters and racing games. I do really enjoy racing games, though, even though I'm more the type to crash. Definitely a good time, though. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, I tried Rocket League when I first got a PS4. It is pretty fun. It is definitely pretty fun. It is very hard. There's definitely some mechanics when you get into the ranked play in that game. Some people are just so good. And I believe I want these around 90. I appreciate that. Yeah, we definitely tried the Rocket League, but like I said, it's pretty challenging. I'm not the best at racing games. So this is still what I would like to see this do. And I'm not sure if it's just a setting or if I should be using the gradient tool instead of the auto shade. But I really want this to kind of be a little bit more layered top to bottom rather than in the darker spots. So I don't know if that also could be, maybe I need to do half of the cliff with a sun angle that's a little more favoring and then do the other half. I would like to see a little bit more of the red in here. So let's try bumping these up a little. And what is dominant in here? It looks like the regular terracotta is kind of overwhelming things. So let's shrink these down a little. See what that does. Let's increase the red some and try again. Do you play modded Minecraft? You mentioned on console. I don't know. Do they even have mods on console? Appreciate that. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if the red is even something I should include. I think I gotta look at it from the sunnier side over here. That'll give me a better idea. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. The like and the rose. Thanks for the follow. I won't be live tomorrow, but I will be live again on Friday. I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern time is currently my schedule, or my goal of a schedule. Thanks for following. I think we're gonna try Oh, you're in New York? I'm in the Midwest. I'm not far. I'm probably 12-hour drive from New York. Just a little ways. You too. Is this the correct way? Let's see. Oh, I did not set my gradient blocks. They are set to granite and stone. That is why. I do. You should be able to see everything on my profile. Alright, so I need to rearrange the order of these a little bit just for my brain to remember how they should be. Sure. Let's see if this works. I have a feeling this is not going to turn out how I want it to. I have a feeling. Alright, so from the top down here, how does this look if we paint the whole cliff like this? In a couple angles. Now I know it's very clear line difference, but I think if I take the time to kind of blend this a little bit nicer, dither the textures in a little bit, I think that might be better. The stripiness of the acacia is kind of bothering me, but I'll try to ignore it because I do like the color change. Thanks. I'll check that out after stream. Let's see. If I increase the dithering. And that. I don't know. It might just be better to use the auto shade pattern and then go back and paint in a little bit on the layers with a noise brush. I think that's probably much easier than this. This just is not the result I'm hoping to see. But let's try. So let's see here. The acacia wood is a little dominant. So let's lower that down. Let's try this again. Dithering turned up a little bit more. It's just barely bridging together. Yeah, I'm not convinced. I do think this just... Oh, I'm so silly. I've been adjusting the auto shade settings as opposed to the actual settings on the brush. That's what I was doing. Turn this down again. It's just a little too white noisy. That's very nice. That's the goal. It should be full res 60 frames. Should be. I'm actually down resing from my actual settings. I run everything at 1440. So I'm glad to hear that at least it's coming through clearly. Are you on a wired connection? Like, are you watching on a computer, or is that from Wi-Fi or a mobile service? Let's see. This was definitely better down here. Still think it's a little too white noise. It's dithering it too much. Let's dial it back. Honestly, it could be the sun's angle too, really messing with things. You're on a laptop. So yeah, probably the best way to watch, truthfully. I had a couple friends yesterday watching from their phones, and they had a little bit of an issue buffering. I think the bit rate might be a little high for bad mobile connection. Hi, Shockwave. Welcome in. I dig the shark. I think I do like this better when the red doesn't show up, honestly. I think we want these a little lighter, so I'm just going to take the red out entirely. That's awesome. It used to be my theme. Long time ago. Before, when I had a different username and everything. It was always a toothy shark. Yeah, I think I like this more sandy looking cliff better. Yeah, I mean, sharks are pretty popular. That's okay, though. I don't necessarily have a avatar anymore. Sure, go ahead. I am trying to decide on colors that I like at the moment. What we've been doing so far as a whole is trying to create some custom biomes that I can try to recreate in survival. I just want to kind of have a more interesting world to walk around. So I'm starting with biomes before I get into actually doing builds and stuff like that. So I really want to have custom terrain and some custom biomes, and then I'll start after I get the world looking a little bit more interesting. Then I'll go back and start adding in, like houses and structures and things like that. Nia, don't solicit in chat. No solicitation. The sun angle's definitely coming from this way. So I think 90 is perfectly above. This is not a playable world currently. I just started this not too long ago. Let's see here. Yeah, we're pretty new. Once I do the survival series, I'm probably gonna continue developing these different biomes, and once I get some ideas, this is really just practice and seeing how I like ideas, if I think they work. Once I nail down a few and I think I'm ready to start, I'll jump into survival. In the survival series, I'll probably include the seed and world downloads and all of that stuff. Thanks for following. This is Java. This is Java, and I believe I'm playing Fabric. Yeah, we're on Java. Like I said, this world is pretty much my testing grounds. I can show you the couple other biomes we've made so far. This is the third that we're working on. It's pretty similar to the last one that you can kind of see right here. This is meant to be a little bit more of a low ground, sandy area. This is kind of getting into more of a mountainous area, and following this, what I think this is kind of like a transition. I think the next one attached to this would be even more vertical. But I think after I do this one, I'm going to switch it up so that it's not just like desert style 3 times in a row. But it's been kind of fun to see. I feel like these actually kind of blend pretty well. It's not too jarring to transition from one to the other. But now that I'm starting to figure out more about how to actually paint the rocks, I'm not so sure I like these anymore. But that's okay. We'll leave them for now. I might revisit them and improve them once I learn a little bit more even. I do like the colors in these, but I'm not sure I like the pattern. It's really noisy. I think if I dial this down, try again, should pull in more of these other colors that are darker. Yeah. And we're still kind of missing the wood for the most part. So let's dial both of these back. I really want the bright sandy top. I like that. Because then I can go back and add like dry grass and stuff like that, little shrubs. I think that'd be cool. Get some more orange in here. I think it was a little bit better when I had just an ever slight angle above 90. Let's see. Let's see what it does. It's not super noticeable. I think it's mostly coming from this direction. This side's much brighter, yeah. let's just leave that and see if I come back in. The red terracotta in the acacia wood. Then let's see. Oops. Splatter's probably pretty good. Dial this way back. Way back. And if I just kind of go shrink this down, let's randomize that. It might be a little too messy. Let's make this so we can scale it. Yeah, I don't really like how combined they are, so I think we might have to increase this. I was just thinking the bottom area should be a little darker. Here, let's just crank the red and see. So I just want it to kind of be the base color. Because if we were to do that and then switch this, and paint just above it, not convinced. Honestly, not convinced by that at all. No, not really liking it. That's kind of crazy. That might be closer to what I was looking for. That's even less dithered. That's not too bad. This looks more natural, but this is not terrible. Because if I look at the reference I have, I think I just need to turn this up even more. Oh, this is in the gradient. That's not the gradient. This is the auto shade. Keep using this on accident. So it's based on starting point of when I draw. So if I lower this, the brighter parts are going further. That is a lot of sand, though. One, truthfully, should probably be in sections. Would probably make more sense. Like this. Maybe that's the issue. Let's try that. I do kind of like that. Give it a brighter top. I think that's working a lot better than what we had before. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Let's see if we keep this going. Not exactly sure. I should just run this all the way down in this taller part. I think that's better, blending it together like that. I think that's what to do. I think that's what to do. Yep. Sold on it for the moment. See if I change my mind again. Definitely think it looks better than it did, though. Here we go. And I can probably still touch that up quite a bit, but I think that gets a better base than what we had with the auto shade. Definitely think. And we still have our sandy top ledges that we can throw on some vegetation, get some dried grass, get some little shrubs on there. I can go in with a smaller normal brush and just paint in a lot of that stuff. All right. I think step one is probably to get all of these cliffs to match that now. This is too small. Oh, I'm still masked. I'm trolling. Clear our selection because we are on a block type restriction, so it should. Yeah. Here, let's get more sand. Less of the. Maybe not that much. There we go. Shrink this a little. Not bad for a little rock. Oh, it's affecting sand. I forgot. So that's going to brick all the stuff down there. Here, let's go lower. Just a bit. Just to blend in some of the other colors a little bit, or at least try to. Makes it match a little bit closer, I think. This one doesn't look too bad to begin with, but that's okay. Still give it some. Blend to this side. That looks better. this is the new rocks. These are the old ones. I think it's looking a little bit better. Should probably be doing these with a radial pattern instead. Would probably be better. That's all right. That's not bad. This one's not too bad in general, but we'll still give it a little bit of red. See, I don't want this to apply to the sand in the water, though. Just shrink it down. Let's see. Thanks for the follow, Zachary. That's not terrible. I'm not doing too bad. How are you? That's better. Hi, Taffy. Welcome in. Chilling out before work. It's always a good thing. Do you do anything exciting for work? Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I understand. expecting so much better, actually. So much better. Doing this layered. Takes a lot longer, but it's definitely turning out more of what I expected it to look like. Much more of a fan. Hey, Nicholas, welcome in. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Hi, Levi, welcome. And Riley. Yeah, blending those together like that does so much better. So much better. Welcome back, Shockwave. Skipping that. It was not vibing for me. Oh, shit. We're going through to the other mountain. That is not what we want. There we go, though. There we go. Let's blend this together some more. I have to touch up that bit right there. Right here. Should blend faster. Try to get some of this. That's too much red. Bring that down. There we go. This looks a little botched. Let's fix that. And again, I'm probably gonna have to go back and actually touch some of these up with a small brush by hand. which is okay. It'll just take some time later on. But I think looking at this makes me much happier than that. Let's see if we can get some of these other cliffs taken care of. I really like doing it like ledge by ledge like that. That's so much better. I should be able to swipe all the way across here. I'll have to touch up this low ground some. Oops, double clicked. Don't do that. Get a little bit more sand on this area. Blend this a little better. It's doing a little bit better. Yeah, I'm here for it. It's nice to see it actually turning into something I'm not disappointed in immediately. Just touch it up along the way. Blend this together. That's going to get overwritten because I'm going to come up here and we're going to go like this. Down here, do similar. I think I just wiped all over that rock down there. I might have to back that up. Or is it just here? Okay, that's fine. And then let's go from here down. Might be a little too much. This one looks more how I think it should. Yeah. This isn't exactly a ledge, but we'll still give it a bit of a sandy top right here. And just kind of paint it together again. Yeah, I can try. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but so the gradient painter, you set your blocks over here on the left. So you can see I am transitioning top to bottom. You arrange the blocks in the order you want them to go, and it is top to bottom. So my first click here, let me go over here where it can be easily shown. So based on my palette, sand is the top and it goes darker down to a red. So my first click is the top, or where you want it to start, and my last click is where you want the other end to start, and it will try to blend between them. So it's going to put red where this is, and it's going to slowly blend from red to sand as I go up. So you can see there's the red, then it goes to the orange, then the gray, then the whiter color. I haven't messed with every setting so far. Yeah, the different settings seem to behave quite differently. Yeah, it is top to bottom. That took me a while to figure out too. That's why I was defaulting to auto shade instead of using this, just because it made it easier. Yeah, I'm trying to find ways to blend. Noise Painter is amazing. It's probably my favorite too. That and the rock tool. Thank you for the likes and the roses. Clap and Oathbound. Thank you both. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, I really love the Noise Painter. I think it does a great job. The other thing I love is just the rock tool with different shapes. Being able to blend things together is so nice. But yeah, this is actually my first use of the gradient tool, so we're trying to get used to it. It's nice if you use it in layers like this, I've discovered. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, no problem. That's what this is for. Is I want to learn. So if you have questions, I'll try to answer. If I have questions, you better try to answer. Just return the favor. That's what makes it fun. That is what the whole channel has been trying to be about. That's awesome. I'll keep that in mind. Because, like I said, I'm super new at this. I just started messing with building in general. Pretty much started around Christmas. So, really new to this. Axiom has kind of taken me at light speed from nothing to something, but it's still quite a learning curve. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Right now, we're planning on doing Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at noon Eastern time. Is the start. Duration pending. It might be an 8-hour stream. It might be a 4-hour stream. I don't know if I want to consider that whole thing a ledge. I think I want to just come up here, snake this by it. I think that's the maneuver. trying to make it look semi-natural of a blend here. I think I'm just going to go all the way down. Skirt it by. It's been pretty fun though, honestly, trying to figure all of this out. See here, I don't know. I like this blend, but should the middle here transition a little sooner? Like, I'm wondering if I should do something like this. I don't think so. I think that looks bad. Best part of Axiom, honestly, Control Z. Let's just try to wrap this around. I am so going to have to touch everything up anyways, so let's just get a nice base. This could maybe blend here. Then we can get a sandy spot right here. Try not to destroy the lower rock there. And sneak by it. This spot looks whack. I think we gotta just do this. That's the way. Yep, I like that better. I like that much better. Let's get this little guy. Try not to eat into the actual sand. We can paint this under the water. That's just fine. That's not bad. Try to get around. Yeah. Should be working from the top down, honestly. Would probably make this a lot easier not to do what I just did and destroy the sand there. That's okay. I'm curious if I can make this blend and look good here, because that's kind of a jarring back to red. It's quite layered through here. It doesn't really blend very well. I might need to take a strip through here, kind of like this. Breaks up the hard edges. I think that helped a lot, actually. Even though I definitely crunched on some of this. think that's looking much more interesting though overall. I think I want all of this to just be sand where the water is, so that's probably going to get painted itself. This here can try to blend a little bit with the rest. Yep, we're pleased with that. Okay. This right here, I want to try and blend a little bit more through there. I think that's not too bad. Not too bad. Fix up this side. It's not so bad. Just painting away, painting away. I don't know if I like the red being there like that. I think I want to start it like this. Blend this in. Let this be sandy. That seems right. Yep. This looks wrong now. Let's see. Can I just start lower and blend it back in? Yeah, I think that looks better. And I should probably do that over here because that's really jarring. So if I bring this down, I'm just going to sweep up the side here. And I can make this all sandy. And I know I've gone over this probably 5 or 6 times already, but That's how it goes, right? I think that just looks a lot better. Kind of blending the layers. This is absolutely blowing this out of the water. So much better. I'm glad I decided I wasn't happy with this one, because I'm really enjoying how this one looks a lot more. And I think especially once I add dried grass and some shrubs and stuff on top of the sand, that's just going to give a nice little pop of contrasting color to the red at the bottom. It'll be really nice. I think it'll look good. I'm gonna have to delete out some of that sand. Now here, I think I want to also take this to the bottom. See if I can wrap this around a little bit, make my life easier on the next run. It's not too bad. We'll let it slide for now. And let's go ahead and make this bigger, because this is a big cliff area. This is all not going to be as broken up. Fix this up. Yeah, there we go. That blends better now. Here, I think I will shrink back down and allow there to be a bit of a red spot here. Let it start back over. We're gonna have to do that again right here. A little too one-sided. Yeah, that's not too bad. This is kind of why I was saying it might have been better to work from the top down, because now, like, I kind of wish there was less red. So I want it to be almost like here, as opposed to, yeah, so the red is just barely visible, and then this could be the same. Well, I don't want to eat up into the wall like that. That was silly. And then if I'm just a little bit careful, then we get sort of that. And I think that's a better blend. Not so much red, like this giant splotch that's over here. Trying to just blend these together so they have a little bit more of a natural blend here. And I'll just paint sand over that. We'll fix that once we touch up the sand. The sand's going to clean up a lot of the edges. Just like this, the way I pull it into the grass here, I think that helps a lot. That way I don't see the hard edge as much. And then that kind of fixes most of what I just did. This is a little weird through here. I guess we can probably fix this right here like so. Even though, like I said, I wanted it to kind of pull down more. This is just an overwhelming amount of sand. And then we can come along the edge. Yeah, see, I don't like how much red that is. That looks better. I'm going to do the same here. This is not looking bad. This strip of red's a little weird, but you can probably fix that like this. That's not too bad looking. Try to blend through the middle here because this is kind of a sloppy spot. Oops, don't do that. And over here, I was kind of pulling this up. I think I should probably do the same here. That way this comes around and this isn't so awkward through here. Paint this in. Though it is quite sandy now. What if we go here? And then I can just fix the lower part after. Then do the same, reapply this, clean it up. Oh, that was bad. was not what we wanted to see. There we go. That's a little bit nicer. Let's fix this corner. Here. Blend a little bit nicer here. This is jarring. Now that looks a little bit smoother. I don't mind this. Red is kind of leaking into this red. It doesn't look like it's just a hard line anymore. I think that one looks okay for now. All right, so now we're seeing about half of the area done. Let's get this out of the way. Let's take a look at it. It's definitely looking so much better. We went from this to this. I think the gradient is a better solution than the shading. Auto shade is really great if you want something that is like mostly a single color. Like if this was just different shades of gray, I think that would work a lot better. But because we're working with the color transition, I don't really like the way this was just transitioning from where the sun hits to where it doesn't. I like it much better going just from the ground up. But we're going to take a quick bio break. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. We are back. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we got 2 more cliffs to do. Yeah, we got to do these 2 cliffs on the left. Then, after we get our gradient applied to these, then we will go through and add some more foliage. We'll get some grass. We'll attempt to make some shrubs and small trees. We'll see how that goes. I've only made 1 tree before, and it was this very ugly one right here. So we'll try that soon. What else can we add? What did I have here? Let me see. I wanted to see. We'll see if we like it, but I was debating adding a bit of a rocky path through here. I'm not sure if I want to add that or not. I might leave it more natural looking, but we'll see. I do think some more smaller rocks would be nice. These are still a little too large. I want some really small ones along the water, especially. But yeah, I think that's how we're gonna move forward. So, wow, this one is really layered. Why did I do that to myself? Okay, I think I'm gonna try, like we said, going from the top down. I think that is the maneuver. I think that's how we do this. So we're going to start off. We're just going to make the brush much larger. We're going to start at the top, go all the way down, and just paint it up. And if we don't like how it looks, we'll do it again. Because that is almost entirely sand, so I have a feeling that's not what we're going to do. Maybe it would be better to go like here at a break. Yeah, for sure. And we'll do the same on this side. We'll go here. And we can add a sandy cap to this afterwards. But I like this better than going all the way down the whole cliff. Here we can maybe do this. That's not too bad. Blend this in a little. This is just a base too. We're gonna go back over all these lower layers, so it'll look a lot better. All right, we can shrink this down probably. That's going to get blended in because we're going to go like this. And we will run a couple strips up like this and just kind of blend it. I just didn't want the whole thing to be sand up top. I'm trying to kind of add in layers like this. Hey Josh, how's it going? is it going? That's good to hear. What are you up to today? I'm glad you like it. I think the shape is good. I'm really getting used to coloring still. Yeah, haven't quite got this to where I'm happy with it. But we've got a little bit more of a process than we did before. Some vintage story? Nice. I still haven't tried that. My friends have been badgering me daily. They're like, we have a server. We have a server. Come try it. I don't even know how to do what I want to do on Minecraft yet. You want to take me away from it? Oh, so you run your own? Nice. With a group of people, it sounds like. That's too far down. That's too far. Let's go here. I want the colors back in here. Give it some pop. Let's do that here too. Just on the edge. $40 people. How big is the map in Vintage Story? $40 and climbing. Yeah, how many how big's the map in Vintage Story? Is it similar to Minecraft? How it's just like massive? Oh, no crap. Wow. Okay. That's huge. Yeah. No shortage of space then. I did not know the maps were that large. Really, that's pretty cool. That would be something. So I haven't seen a ton on Vintage Story. All I really know is it's a much more fierce survival experience, and there's a lot of more tedious tasks, like you have to like build your own tools and clay pots and things like that. Yeah, I'd definitely be curious to see a little bit of how that actually works. Yeah, do that, and then I'll hit you with a follow back so I can watch. Awesome. Appreciate it. I'll definitely check that out because I am curious about Vintage Story. Thanks for that. Do you play Minecraft as well? Or do you like to hop around a lot of different games? Like are you a variety gamer? Vintage has most of your attention right now. Do you think that's just because the more focus on survival and like you have to put more effort into the more simple tasks? Do you think there's like a reason for that, or just because it's fresh? Don't really like how that turned out right there. Oh dang, I haven't even looked at mods at all for that game. I don't even know, like, do you think they're necessary, or do you think most people play a more vanilla experience on there? Yeah, I didn't know that either. It's still very vanilla for having so many mods. I am not liking how this is blending over here. Maybe I should leave this part and just blend this a little bit more. Kind of round this out. That's a little better, I think. Now, does that just make it so that when you progress further, the end game is a little bit easier to survive? Like you have more of a power scaling? Yeah, that makes sense. That I feel like that's a good idea, and most games honestly lack that sort of progression, so that's probably a great idea. Let's take this in a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. All right, I think that works a lot better. This is still a little weird right here, but I'm happier than I was with it. Let's wrap this around a little bit. That's not bad. Yeah, and honestly, I like the switch up that they offer as for like the total atmosphere. You know, it just feels a little bit more different, a little bit more dreary is kind of the vibe I get at first impression. That's not so bad.